This video is designed to help you start a fish shop business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a fish shop business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful fish shop business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. First of all, choose a location and business structure. Decide whether you want to form a limited liability company, a partnership, or a corporation. Depending on where you live, you may register your business online, or file paper documents in person. If you need help with this, use a registered agent service to handle these tasks on your behalf. Visit a regional SBA office to find out how to form a business entity. Here, you can also ask what licenses and permits are required to sell seafood and fish. Since this market is monitored at local, state, and federal levels, you may deal with extensive paperwork. Choose a distributor. Next, search for a wholesale seafood and fish distributor. Unless you're a high-end niche supplier or living right on the coast, much of your product will come in frozen. Additionally, most states require that specific types of fish, such as sushi and ceviche, are sold frozen, which helps prevent bacterial contamination and ensures they are safe to eat. According to the FDA, freezing is the only practical method to eliminate the risk of parasites. Another option is to start a fish farm. If you choose this path, take the time to learn about aquaculture. The investment will be higher, too. Furthermore, you will need additional licenses and permits. Consider working a part-time job at a local fishery to expand your knowledge in this area. Take a look at the competition. Prior to launching a fish and seafood retail business in your town, it's essential to see how you will fit in the competitive landscape. Is the established competition doing a good job? It's important to understand their strengths and weaknesses, and think through how you'll stake up against those established businesses. Learn from others. As part of your due diligence on opening a fish and seafood retail business, it's a wise move to speak with somebody who is already in the business. It's very unlikely that the local competition will talk to you. Why would they want to educate a future competitor? Thankfully, an owner of a fish retail business in a location that is not competitive to you will be much more likely to talk with you, provided that you won't be directly competing with them. Many business owners are happy to give advice to new entrepreneurs. If you are persistent, you can find a business mentor who is willing to help you out. Obtain your seafood from either commercial fishermen, or catch it yourself with a commercial license. Another option is to work out an agreement with wholesale seafood businesses, such as processing plants, willing to sell to you, so you can turn around and resell it to your buyers. How do you set up a fish farm? How to start fish farming step by step. Step 1. Select an apposite land area. The first step in this process is selecting a good land area. Step 2. Pond design and construction. Step 3. Selecting the fish species. Step 4. Feeding the fish. Step 5. Fish harvesting. Step 6. Marketing the fish. Pros and cons of starting a fish store. There are many pros and cons to starting a fish store. The pros include the fact that fish is a popular food, and there is always room for another store. Fish stores also tend to be recession-proof, as people will always want to buy fish. The cons include the fact that it can be difficult to get customers into a fish store, and the cost of running a fish store can be high. It's important to do your research before starting a fish store business, so you can make the best decision for your situation. How much business can you expect to do? Starting and growing your own fish shop business can be a rewarding experience. Many small businesses like fish shops succeed because they offer something unique that the competition can't match. You'll need to do your research to find out what type of fish customers in your area are interested in buying. Once you have a good idea, start stocking the shelves with the types of fish that will appeal to your customers. Promote your business through word-of-mouth marketing and social media. And be sure to keep up with the latest fishing trends so you can stay ahead of the competition. Conclusion. If you're interested in starting and growing your own fish shop business, here are some key things to keep in mind. First, research the market to see which types of fish are selling well, and which areas have a high demand for them. Second, build a strong business foundation by establishing good marketing and sales strategies. Finally, never give up on your dream. There is no easy way to start and run a successful fish shop business. The next part of the video is not specific to a fish shop business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the fish shop business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful fish shop business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice, may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into two parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a fish shop business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free fish shop business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.